Hey everybody, Nate here. Today's episode is all about an actor's everyday carry. I'm going to give you my ideas of things that I think you should have with you when you go to your audition so that you can be as prepared as possible when you're in the room. Stay tuned. I'm sure you've seen the different YouTube videos of the everyday carry. Of course, it's a really trending topic, so I'm going to jump on that bandwagon and do a video today about an actor's everyday carry. But hopefully the things that I suggest to you in this video are things that are going to help make your auditions go as smoothly as possible. The first thing in an actor's everyday carry is super important if you're a musical theater performer, and that is your audition book. You want to make sure that this thing goes with you to every single audition that you may have. Even if it's a callback, or even if it's an audition for a straight play or for a TV or film project, you want to make sure that this is just in your bag. You never know when they might ask you to pull it out and sing something from your book, or you might find out about another audition that day that you hadn't heard about. You just want to make sure that this is with you and ready to go at all times. One of the most important things for actors to have with them at every single audition is their headshot and resume. You want to have a bunch of these printed and stapled and ready to go so that you have extras in your stuff at all times. You never know when you might find out about that extra audition, like I said, or maybe the casting team's going to ask you for another copy. So you want to have a bunch of these stashed away in your stuff, ready to hand out should you need to. You always want to make sure that you're keeping your headshots and resumes looking nice, and so they're not getting folded and creased. So I would suggest getting one of these plastic folders or an expandable file so that you can keep all of the papers that you carry with you, your sides, your extra music, things like that, as well as your headshots and resumes organized so that they're not getting bent and creased, and that, again, all of your stuff looks as professional and organized as possible. The next item in our everyday carry is your audition journal. You want to make sure that you have your audition journal with you at your audition so that you can fill out the information while you're sitting there waiting, whether it's an actual hard copy like this, or it's on one of your devices using Evernote or OneNote or one of the countless different audition journal apps that are out there. You want to make sure that you have a place to keep track of all of the information about your audition so you can do any follow-ups, or you have that information for callbacks later on. I'm going to do an entire episode in the very, very near future about audition journals and what information you should have in there, so make sure that you're looking for that coming into your subscription box in the very near future. You want to make sure that you're staying hydrated in the room, especially if you're going in for a vocal audition. So carrying a water bottle with you is super, super important. You can get one of these nice water bottles like this that's reusable and refillable, which I strongly recommend. Or you can go one time, buy a plastic water bottle and use it and refill it. This is a great idea because a lot of times we get kind of scattered after an audition and we sometimes forget to grab our really, really nice water bottles. So if for some reason this one got left behind, you wouldn't be too heartbroken as you might be with one of your really, really nice fancy ones. Whatever you choose, you want to make sure that you bring something along so that you can stay hydrated while you're waiting to go into the room. Those of you that are part of my studio know how much I love coffee, and I always had coffee with me when I was going to my auditions. I would strongly suggest if you're going to have coffee or hot chocolate or tea or any of those types of things when you're in the audition room, you get a thermos mug like this that can close. What I love about this one, it's from one of my favorite coffee shops. What I love about it is that I can push this little button and totally turn it upside down, and nothing is going to leak out of it. The cups that you get at the different coffee shops are great, but they don't actually close. And I've seen too many times in auditions where they get knocked over or spilt and they get all over people's things. And then you're going to feel really bad. That's going to mess up your confidence in the room. So you want to make sure that you have something that is going to help avoid those types of accidents if you can. So getting one of these mugs is a great investment. Sometimes audition days can be very, very long, especially if you're going to be going to any of the open call types of auditions. And it's very, very nerve-wracking to think of leaving the room to go get a snack because you never know if they're going to call your name or call your number, and then you miss your turn and you've been waiting all day and you just totally messed up everything that you've been sitting there waiting for. So I would strongly suggest packing some kind of healthy, non-messy snack that you can have with you when you're in the room, whether it's a granola bar, something like this, or a piece of fruit. Again, something non-messy so that it isn't too big of a problem. Big reminder though, make sure that you clean up after yourself when you're in the audition room. Nothing will miff off other people in the room or monitors more than just leaving trash and garbage around. So make sure that you keep your stuff clean, and if you have any wrappers or apple cores or peels or any of that kind of stuff, that you take the time, be respectful, and throw it away. Like I said, sometimes the wait in the holding room can be very, very long. So you want to bring something that allows you to get things done and be productive. Whether that's looking at other sides or looking at your planner or even just reading a good book. I always suggest having a book of some kind in your bag so that you have something to keep yourself occupied and a little bit distracted before you go into the room. Something like this, a great acting book, or even if it's just a motivational read, something that's going to allow you to become a better person, whatever you choose, something that's going to keep you a little more occupied and a little bit out of that audition brain space so that you can just kind of relax and be centered before you go into the audition room. Just like any other business, you need to have some office supplies with you. Some specific things I would recommend that you have would be some pens for writing down things on audition forms or filling out audition lists, a highlighter for marking things on your resume, or maybe you need to make some slight changes in your audition book, an eraser for making any changes to markings in your audition book, and of course, a flash drive. I would strongly suggest having backups of your headshot and resume, as well as any really important songs in your audition book, having backups of these on a flash drive so that in an emergency you could run to a copy place or to a front desk and get extra copies printed. Having those things backed up on a flash drive is super important so that you can be prepared in the event of an auditioning emergency. In this day and age, it's very, very rare to walk into an audition room and not see everyone with their head buried into their phone or their iPad or other kinds of electronic devices. We see these devices everywhere, and they have done such amazing things for actors and singers by allowing us to keep things all kind of backed up on our phones, allowing us to listen to music, keeping sides on our phone. All of those things are great, but they drain our battery, and we have to remember that a lot of times for us, these are our lifelines. You want to make sure that if you're going to be in the audition room, you're going to be using your phone or other device, that you have maybe an extra charger in your bag with you, or investing in one of these portable power bank, battery pack type things. These are great because you can't always find an electrical outlet in a room for something like this. Maybe somebody's already taken it. Having one of these is great so that you can make sure that you stay connected even after you leave the audition room. We all know that auditioning can be stressful. We all know that there are times when we've seen people in the audition rooms that can be grumpy or crabby or just really, really hating on the whole audition experience. But that type of negative energy carries with us when we go into the room. Science has shown that just even the simple act of having a smile on your face can elevate your mood. If you think about it, we want to spend time with people that we think are fun, that are positive, that are charming, and that are excited to be doing what they're doing. If you take that positive energy and that smile with you when you go into the audition room, that's going to carry through into your audition, and the people behind the table are going to want to work with you. So make sure you always pack a smile and a positive attitude, and you're going to have a fantastic audition. Is there something that you always have with you when you go to your auditions that I didn't include on my list? I'd love to hear what it is. Post it in the comment section below. That's it for this episode. I hope you found the information useful. If you liked the video, please give it the thumbs up. The more thumbs in the air, the more episodes will be coming your way. If you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, go click that big red button so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. If you haven't yet followed my studio on social media, all the links for doing so are included in the description below. If you'd like to schedule an online audition coaching session, or maybe you're a fellow teacher interested in scheduling a masterclass, you can find out more information about scheduling those on my website. Again, the link is included in the description below. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope it gives you information so that you can have some awesome auditions and you can get even closer to finding your stage door.